This guide is going to help you figure out what anime you should watch next season. All you need to do is check the chapter timestamp in the video description or the pinned comment. Click on the timecode of your favorite genre and see what shows you can watch. I'm a huge sucker for romance anime, so let's first kick off things with romance. If anyone is looking for a good comedy romance, then My Senpai is Annoying is what you should look out for. We have one fat man who loves to joke, and one tsundere who is annoyed by our friendly guy. What's great about this is it doesn't happen in high school, so you don't have to worry about all those high school cliches. But you might still see a few common tropes because our main character refers to our short tsundere as a kid. So what if you keep the good old fun of the previous show, but add some slice of life elements to it? Then you've got Taisho Otome Otogi Banashi. Here we meet a crippled boy who decides to retreat into the countryside so he won't be tainting his family name. Here he meets a young girl named Yuzuki Tachibana who says she's going to be his future bride. After living a full life of pessimism and boredom, this new girl manages to shine light on our main character's life. And no, she doesn't come with an electricity bill. So can our depressed young man finally enjoy life back again? Yeah, most probably he can. Last romance show is Shinka no Mi, and I still don't know if this is a harem or a romance anime. But if you need some Isekai plus some romance, and one of those boys suddenly finds girl stories, then this will definitely suit your tastes. This season seems to be brimming with action anime. And what better way to start things rather than the second season of 86? The first season managed to blow my mind because of the high production quality and a character-focused story that didn't turn into another generic action fantasy show. And since a couple of my friends have read the light novel, Spoiled Me, I already know this show is going to be really good. You still have time to binge watch the first season if you haven't finished it, so make sure you're ready for the masterpiece of the second season. If we move on to an original anime, I feel like the best anime that could rival 86 is Tok'to, Destiny. Now, I don't know anything about the story yet, but one thing I can tell is the high production quality of this anime. The visuals seem to blend in really well, and the movement of the characters felt smooth enough to call this an anime by Ufotable. But it's Madhouse and Mappa working together, so I'm definitely not disappointed. We've also got two shows returning back. One is the third season of World Trigger, which will get us plenty of monsters versus human action, with more refined animation, and the second is the sixth part of Lupin. This has Fujiko and my favorite gunslinger in it, and all I can ask for is some good heists that can make the game developers of GTA 5 cry. And as an honor to our space-loving maniac Elon Musk, we have a Tesla note, which is not related nor funded by the Tesla company. This seems to be a spy action show centered around some crystal shards, and the anime seems to have no intention on going to Mars. Once again, the trailer is filled with tons and tons of CGI, so we'll have to actually wait and see how it turns out. Speaking of CGI, the next show we have is Shikizakura. It's got the good old premise everyone and their mother likes to write about. One schoolboy joins a group of people who hunt oni while looking cool. If you watch the trailer, you'll see that it is filled with a lot of CGI. But if it manages to create a unique story, I won't care about the visuals much. Damn, it's been ages since I've watched a good mecha show. Oh yeah, when speaking of mecha shows, I definitely should mention anything by Sunrise. And this season, it is Kyokai Senki. It is made by Sunrise, so you know what to expect. There's a rebellion, there are giant mechas, the world's in danger, and somehow there are no girls this time. Huh, that's strange. I remember the good old days when they used to use Callan for every fan service moment in Code Geass. If you need something much more simpler, then the best show for you would be Aosama Ranking. There's nothing big here. All we've got is some weak prince who meets a shadow who understands him. And no, I'm not writing this while I'm mentally disabled. This is animated by Wit Studio, so needless to say, even though the story looks like it was ripped off a children's nursery book, the visuals are freaking amazing. If you need drama and action, then Muv-Luv is returning with Muv-Luv Alternative. Once again, we have giant robots who need to fight aliens because that has never been done a billion times before. But Muv-Luv is one of those early mecha mangas that helped establish the genre, so I have no right to complain. I heard that this show inspired the creator of Attack on Titan, but don't go expecting giant titans in this one. When it comes to movies, we have only two movies that we need to book tickets for. One is Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie, which will tell the story of good old Yuta. And yes, this still has Gojo Sensei in it, so what other reason do you need to watch this movie? The second movie is Sword Art Online Progressive. Do you know what Kirito and Asuna tried to do before they rented a nice cottage and decided to raise a family? No, me neither. So this movie will tell what those two were up to. I'm not a huge fan of Sword Art Online, but I feel like this movie will make make the visuals better and will refine the story. So let's hope Sword Art Online Progressive will turn into Sword Art Online Regressive. When we come to the slice of life department, we have Komi Can't Communicate. I know you've seen the quiet girl with zero social skills a million times, but this anime pairs her up with a boy who wants to help her make 100 friends. And no, this is not the male version of the 100 girlfriends who really love you. I have read a bit of the manga, and I can tell this is definitely one of those good slice of life shows everyone should watch. The supporting cast might be poorly developed, and sometimes the situations can get a bit repetitive, but this is still ample times better than a lot of the slice of life shows we get nowadays. Do you love drawing? Did you always have a dream to draw Mona Lisa? Then Blue Period is an inspiration for all anime artists around the world. It tells how one's thoughts can be communicated through art, and I really like this kind of show because we finally have an anime centralized around a hobby without a show that uses it as a minor plot element or character quirk. I hope this won't disappoint us. I decided to combine these two genres because there aren't many isekai animes to speak of next season. The only notable isekai anime in the fall season is going to have another long-ass name. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. Since this is based on a light novel, you can already tell what's happening after reading the title. There's this really cool assassin guy who meets the goddess, becomes an aristocrat, and gets the girls. This seems to have a main character who is overpowered from the start, so those who want some great power fantasy can always look forward to this one. And then there's the good old second season of Mushoku Tensei, and I'm sure there needs to be no introduction for this one. I hope Roxy will finally meet Rudeus and his gang again, because we all know Roxy is the best girl. The first fantasy show I'm about to speak about has another really long name, because why the hell not? Okay, take a deep breath. I was kicked out of the hero's party because I wasn't a true companion, so I decided to have a slow life at the frontier. Dear God, can people stop with these titles? Anyways, that's what happens. The guy gets kicked out of the hero party, decides it's time to retreat and enjoy life while living together with a cute girl. What could possibly go wrong, right folks? Last but not least, I need to mention Saihati no Paladin, another fantasy show that showed promise. What made me interested in this show was its premise. I mean, our main character here is raised by a dead skeleton, a priestess, and a sorcerer. I know, and you thought you had a weird family. This doesn't have an action tag in it, so I genuinely hope this will turn out to be an emotional fantasy ride without turning into another power fantasy. Of course, we cannot ignore the second most important genre after romance. Sad to say, harem fans, there's only one harem show this season. I know Date A Live was supposed to release this fall, but somehow it got delayed to 2022. I know, life sucks. That leaves us with The World's End Harem, which I'm sure can carry at least another 10 harem shows on its back. This time, one guy awakens in a world with only women. His duty is to repopulate Earth and help make this world better again. Surely it's going to be a very easy and, enjoyable challenge. But the biggest question is, how many members will his harem have? The poster showed only 3, but you know about Harem Anime. Always know how to add new people to it. So that's the end of the fall anime recap. If you enjoyed, give a thumbs up and make sure to share this video among other anime enthusiasts. That's it for today, anime fans, so I'll see you in the next video.